to confirm. How you been?
I've been good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Passed my
Excellent.
DMV knowledge test yesterday.
Nice. So you'll be driving soon?
Yeah. Under
Sweet.
instruction, of course.
Nice, of
Probably
course.
very horribly.
Nah, I think you'll ace it.
Took my test a few times back in England, and like 3 times, and failed every time.
Oof. Ah. Yeah, I recently got a new car, and it's fun driving.
Oh,
So you, what are you driving?
oh, Jumbly Wobbly says they can hear us now, so let's stop babbling about nonsense. And
All right,
tweet-
and I'll tweet it out.
Yeah, I'll just tweet it out now.
Can you tweet out my name in it? Because I love the shout outs. It gives me followers.
Oh, yes. Hello, everyone.
Thank you.
It's Yahtzee Crowshaw, and I'm joined by Ian Chung.
Hey, how's it going?
And we are doing the post-CP stream right after I tweet it out.
Mm-hmm.
You're at Stilgray on Twitter, right?
Correct. Yep. GRAY.
Alright, that's it tweeted. Alright, so without further ado. This week, Zero Punctuation, we played a bit of the new Mass Effect Andrew Lloyd Webber. Androgynous and something else as well.
Yes.
Oh, bugger, my Elgato thing is showing. How embarrassing. It's like starting a stream
Oh,
with your
boy.
flies unzipped.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, there we go. Alright. Do you have much experience with this game yourself, Ian?
I do.
Well, V's been playing it on this channel a lot, hasn't he? I know that much.
He has, yep. He has been playing, doing a playthrough.
Alright, I'll just
It
wait
is-
to connect here. Because that's important, I guess.
Mm-hmm. For the multiplayer that no one plays.
How's the volume levels, everyone? Because I got Ian down a bit low because his microphone's quite loud.
Let's wait for them
Yeah,
to
let's
say.
wait 20 minutes for them to answer that question.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be going into my old save, which is after story end. Because as I said in the review, I powered through the story end fairly swiftly and skipped a lot of stuff. And at the end of it all, there were like 3 entire planets I just never went to.
Yeah. There's no point. I mean, it's all fetch quests.
Yeah, I mean,
FedEx quests.
And I sort of liked in previous Mass Effect games where everything you did was working towards this one massive goal. Like you did the loyalty missions to ensure the survival of the partner characters.
Spot me. Yeah. It's not like that over here. Here it's completely optional, and while that could be good in its own way,
It could be
just
good if
doesn't affect
it was
anything.
actually fun to do. If the
Yeah.
core gameplay was fun. But it's not. It's just tons of boring cover-based Halo-like shooting and exploring a sandbox planet in a car.
Yeah, find 6 beacons and kill
Trying to
the
drive up
bad guys
steep
over there.
hills. Because
Yep.
you're trying to get to places as the crow flies. Well, here's
Yep.
my character. How does he compare with everyone else's?
I'm sure I'll see it in about 15 seconds or
I
so.
went for the schlubby, nerdy, fat face looking dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put like scars on the side of his face by his eye, and I thought, you know what, something this character would do is he'd get a really shitty tattoo to try to cover that up and somehow make it look even worse. So that's what he
He
did.
looks half goth, or maybe
yes.
a juggalo.
Well, that's symbolic, isn't it? It's torn between the two sides of Paragon and Renegade.
Yeah.
Except that isn't in this bloody game anymore.
No, that was one of the better mechanics of the previous game.
Well, if you like moral choice.
Well, yeah. But here it's as if none of your choices matter.
Thanks for nothing, education.
Hey, fuck you, buddy. This is a great opportunity. That guy's complaining about his education. He's in another galaxy, for God's sake.
Yeah. Why does it even matter?
What am I even doing here? Well, I wanted to go to one of the planets I hadn't been to, but we might have some quests here at the, whatever you call it, central thing.
The Nexus?
Is it the Nexus? I don't know. It's some generic sci-fi name.
Yeah. I like the first game. They call it the Presidium. That's a cool name, you know? It had originality to it.
Was that what it was called?
Yeah, the concourse is called the Presidium.
Oh right.
That was where the seat of government was.
The Citadel, that was the name for the whole thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Here
yeah,
I think
there
it's
we
just
go.
called a Nexus.
I don't think we had anything to do here. Weird and Kane asks,
Yeah.
so Yahtzee, which of the strange, weirdly human life forms did you marry? Oh, I didn't really have time to pursue a romance, I'm afraid. I was just going for the human lady, just for, you know,
Cora.
yeah, just in case. But you have to do their whole loyalty side mission before they'll let you at the goods, as it were.
Uh-huh.
Is it like, because I remember there's like one scene in this game, like just before the final conclusive mission, where that lady sort of came up to me and said, "Hey, final discussion of events." And it looked like they were about this. This was the point where they'd probably insert the sex scene if you'd gotten her relationship up to that point.
Yeah.
But then after it, since I hadn't gotten it up to the necessary amount, she just sort of went, "Well, see you later then," and left. Just as things were getting sexually tense.
It's unfortunate.
Where's
Unfulfilling.
the bloody ship? You know, the BioWare trying to win a prize for really unintuitively laid out hubs in every single game they make.
Yep. And you have to depend on the map, and the map itself is not very easy to parse.
Yes. So am I right?
Not
So
very.
if you've already finished the main plot, have you like lost your chance of getting a sex scene because it can only happen at one specific point, or can it just turn up at any point?
I believe you have to do it at the specific points when
Yeah,
they're when
I
you're
figured it
prompted.
was that.
Yeah,
Because
so
it
you
was
won't
like
be
it
able
was
to-
that with Mass Effect 1, I remember.
Yeah, it's very linear in that sense.
Yeah. I guess everyone's just too elated from our survival to think about long-term relationships anymore. Valera asks, "Hey Yahtzee, would you consider this game bad considering it had a budget of 4 million?"
40 million, actually.
40 million? Oh,
Yeah.
Plato's tenfold numbering error.
Yeah, I would say it's bad. I mean, I've seen better games
Yeah,
made for far
I'd say
less.
it's bad. I'm not sure what the budget has to do with anything. Not in today's
No.
age of design by committee.
Pathfinder, you have new email.
Oh, a new
You can
email. What do you know?
I mean, you can make a fantastically written game with, a budget of $1 million or even less. Look at Torment, Ties of Numenera, or Pillars of Eternity. They were made with 1/10 the budget, right? And
Yeah.
they are, by all accounts, well written.
Well, I've always thought having limitations and parameters is creatively stimulating.
Mm-hmm.
When you got all the money and just say, "Hey, do that thing you do," you get kind of lost
Yeah.
for a while. All right.
You do.
Apparently, Cora wants to chat with me. Maybe things will finally get explicit.
Maybe.
Not that that's all this game is about. Let's not turn this into a Fox News bulletin. Corrupting the kids! Corrupting the kids! Rave gibber.
I remember that. 2005, I think it was.
Yeah,
And it was
I specifically remember them referring to the game as
Rape Simulator.
Debbie Does Dallas in Space.
Oh, right. Yeah, not Rape Simulator. That was
When
just
none of them had
crazy
actually
people.
played the thing.
Yeah.
Alright, you wanted to talk? Let's talk. This lady looks a lot like an old
Got a
roommate of
minute?
mine.
I could use a favor.
Does she?
You won't
But
have
I
to
bet your
ask.
old roommate doesn't
I
have
kept thinking
weird
about
googly eyes.
Sarissa and
No,
why not
she,
be the Pathfinder.
I figured out how to
Thinking turned
talk to people
into
like an actual human
a
being.
project on EOS. Can you
BioWare
help
said
me
that
finish
they
it?
are planning to redo all the facial
I'll put the nav
animations
points in the
over
helm. Come
the next few
along and I'll show
patches.
Well, that's not much use to me.
No, if you
I've
played the game
reviewed
already.
the game. I'm going to stick it in the bin now.
Yep. It's too late, BioWare. You had one shot.
Where are we? Ooh, strike
It's
team
like-
missions. It's the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood style thing. Just like, well, I
Yep.
suppose Dragon Quest's Inquisition is the better. Dragon Age, sorry, not Dragon Quest.
Age.
Dragon Quest's a different thing. Dragon
Yeah.
Quest is a thing people like.
And it's similar to World of Warcraft. They first introduced it in Warlords of Draenor, and then they improved it in Legion. It's basically that, except crappier.
Oh, hey, I finally got enough mission funds to recruit a third strike team.
Oh, wonderful. even though we've already completed the game.
Hey, these ones are Solarians, and they're bloodthirsty. That's going against type a wee bit.
It is. I can't imagine bloodthirsty Solarians at all. I mean, they're nerds.
Yeah, they are the nerd race, because this is the Star Trek thing, where every race is one thing, and every planet is one thing.
Yep. It's very uncreative.
Yeah, let's just send structure missions. Let's show off this gameplay. Chances of success. Oh, you can, instead of doing multiplayer missions, you can send strike teams to do it instead. And that suits me. What's got a good chance of success? Not these ones. Ah, that's more like it. 90% chance of success. I'll give it to the new guys. It's less odds, but they might need the bigging up early on in their careers.
They need an XP.
55, 8. All right.
I wish more developers. I wish more developers would take Shigeru Miyamoto's advice about how, a bad game is forever. Delayed game is temporary or something.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing, but yeah.
All right. Let's see what's in the loot boxes I got for doing these strike team missions. This one contains some common research data.
Oh, wonderful.
And this one contains more common research data. And this is a third batch of common research data. We're quids in for common research data today.
Yeah, we are.
Milky
Way common research data.
Pepper was
so
jumping
hard to
about a
acquire.
bit just there because Pope Gregory IX was just taking him out for a walk. But they've gone now, so it's just us.
Wonderful.
Oh, and I got an uncommon biotic amplifier that I never use. And a gun that I probably won't use. Yes, I was talking about my review about core gameplay. And you could argue that the core gameplay of all this side mission stuff is to get new materials for researching new weapons and armor. Because it seems like that's what most of the side stuff gives you, is extra crafting resources.
And very little, if no story at all.
Yeah.
Makes it bad. I mean, take a look at similar games of this nature, at open world games. Usually there's a story that carries it. Yeah, I mean, your purpose is to get more funds or currency or credit or whatever, but you're experiencing it for the story. You're not playing it because you want the funds. You're playing it because you want to learn more about the world, about the characters, or anything.
I mean, presumably that's the intention of BioWare's games, because it's probably not making fun gameplay, because the combat's usually bollocks.
Yeah.
I mean,
surprisingly,
case in point now, we're going to enjoy the travelling through space animations. Every single time you travel anywhere. Right,
unskippable.
Where haven't I been?
Undead Scoby asks, is this stuff all single player?
Yep. Well, there's multiplayer mode, but I haven't touched it. Now imagine this animation every single time you go anywhere. You get to watch the whole thing.
It's tedious.
It really is. Especially when you're just going around uninhabited planets, checking them out to tick them off the map.
Yep, and it just zooms out all the way across the galaxy, makes you do this whole thing where you're flying through a new, solar system.
Ooh,
and then you have to zoom into the planets.
I haven't been to this solar system before. I'd better check out all these uninhabited planets I haven't checked out.
So you can get more research data.
Yes, so that I can research weapons I will never fucking use, because I've got a bunch of weapons that are perfectly fine.
Yep.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Oh, goodness,
hey!
Ron, that was quick.
It's Ron.
You said you'd be...
I told you it wouldn't take long.
Yeah, I guess you did. Ron Whittaker's here, everyone. Now it's a party.
Hey! It's good to have you here.
Oh, it's definitely something.
The ruins of several ongoing exploratory missions that feature surface crushed by the planet's powerful gravity and half buried by its winds. Sounds like a party planet.
So how are things in the galaxy of Andromeda?
Well, it's looking pretty peaceful at the moment. I imagine that will change when we get to the planet with the little sandbox map on that I haven't been to yet. Ooh, this one's got a little mountain range on it.
Yeah, the chat is saying they missed your soothing voice, Ron.
There you go.
Anomaly on sensors.
Ooh, anomaly.
Oh, somebody says
It's-
that this time I'm loud. Last time I was quiet.
Are you?
Deploying
Because, I mean, you sound fine on Discord.
Launching a scan.
Yeah, sounds fine to me, which is presumably
Yeah.
the audio that's getting sent out.
We'll try that and see if that's any better. So how much of this did you play, Yahtzee? Andromeda, I mean.
Well, as I said in the review, I sped through the story mode to story end. Which I didn't technically... Well, I don't think I had to do, but since everyone complained about the ending of Mass Effect 3, I thought it was sort of the important thing to check out. And then once
Yeah.
I'd done that, there was like half the game side stuff I hadn't done at all. So we're getting into some of that now. Like, I've never been... Like, I'm going to this, like, asteroid belt sandbox map. But this is the first time I've been there.
Yeah, I think I said there was no possible way I was ever going to write a review of this game without finishing the story, just
Yeah.
because.
Yeah.
Probe away.
Smash Jim
He
says,
did.
saving the galaxy for food, Yahtzee. Ho ho, you scamp. You scamp plugging my book for me.
Nice one.
When is this EP review for Andromeda out? Why?
Why, it was out
A
this
couple
very
of hours
morning,
ago.
you fool. This is what this
It's out.
bloody stream is for.
It's out. Yeah. We're doing a post review video.
I will do the grunt work for you because that's the
Posting
kind of
the
guy
link.
I am.
Yep.
And
And
then
Scobie asks,
Scobie
do
says,
they actually
"Oh,
let you?
Yeah.
Do they let you play after you finish the game?
I guess you could interpret it as a bad sign. Because
Yeah.
it means that the main story can't
Yep.
impact the sandbox world at large, because it means you wouldn't have anything to play in.
Correct. I mean,
there's
the
no, like,
bad guys
really-
are still around.
There's
Yeah.
no real climactic finish.
Nope. None.
Alright, I guess we're going on this asteroid belt then.
Well, so here's another question for you. I'm sure you noticed that the loyalty missions were very different this time around. They made them much longer and more involved.
Yeah, I only did the one of them for this lady with the hipster grey dye swooshy hair thing. But yeah, it did go on a while, didn't it? And it was an important side mission as well. That we were finding the whole Asari arc and shit.
Yeah, that was I think that's the so-called Witcher 3 influence that they said the game had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are we bringing on this?
You know, they said that they would use Witcher 3 influence for the side quests, but they didn't really. I mean, most of the side quests in this game are fetch quests.
I guess they were just saying we're gonna try and make a game that's really good.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Come and play our game; it'll probably be good.
Yeah. And they name dropped Witcher 3 so that they could try to get, some of that
Oh,
popularity.
such cynicism in one so young. Teasel says, "I didn't know black dudes were an alien race."
Look at all this.
Teasel,
You know,
swine.
that's actually one of the things that I kind of found funny about this was
Think this was supposed to be
that
a turret
there is
home.
absolutely
Now the
a
exiles have
you're in an
taken
absolute new galaxy with all new possibility and everything else, and you meet like 2 new alien races.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's really highlighted by all the we're now supposed to consider all the races of the Milky Way galaxy to be our guys. It's not just like
Yeah.
us representing humans now. Suddenly, all these races are our guys. And then so the Milky Way galaxy's got like this massive diversity to it, and then you come to the Andromeda, and there's one sentient race.
Good luck, Ryder.
Yeah. And the other one is basically a corruption of that sentient race.
Spoilers!
Whoops.
Nice one. That'll lose us half our audience.
Hey, yeah. Sorry. Don't think anyone's gonna care.
Oh, hey, we're starting in the car today.
Oh, yeah.
Whee! Whoa,
Such
this
a
is
barren
reminded.
little environment.
Suddenly,
Are
I'm
you,
very much reminded of Mass Effect 1.
Yeah.
Are you playing on PC, Yahtzee?
No, I'm on PS4.
Okay.
You know,
gonna-
I
I
feel
was
like
gonna
they
say,
just
this planet-
regurgitated ME1.
Sorry?
This planet,
Yeah, this planet.
right here, absolutely drove me crazy because I couldn't figure out how you get off it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gravity's lower than
Because
Just,
because you can't drive up the ramp and go back to the ship like you normally do because you can't leave the Nomad. So
Right.
turns out there is a button for getting picked up while you're in the Nomad. Things I
Yes.
learned on this planet.
Oh, I had no idea. I assumed you just fast traveled back to the ship when you're done.
No, that doesn't work.
You can travel from anywhere in a Nomad. I mean, you can take off.
Hey,
If you're in a Nomad, you go straight to orbit.
Hey, an orange thing.
Devil Dow says this is basically Sonic 06 in space.
Well, let's not say something we can't take back.
Sam, what is that?
Mining dome, Pathfinder.
Wee. Bam.
Yeah, it's
Dark Hand
basically
Ass
Mass Effect
did
1.
The dome structure.
Dark Hand Ass did the driving sections improve from Mass Effect 1.
I guess.
Yes,
Yeah.
dramatically.
Yeah, they did. They did.
There's
They
a lot of
actually improved
stuff
that.
from previous Mass Effect games they just chucked in, like the
Yeah.
planet scanning.
Yep.
But I thought they'd
Well-
gotten rid of because, for the obvious reason.
Because-
it was
yeah, it's
boring
tedious.
as shit.
Well, the great thing about the Nomad versus the Mako is that it has you can switch it between 4-wheel drive and 6-wheel drive, and if you
Right.
once you get the hang of it, you can go almost anywhere in the damn thing.
Oh, they're not letting me leave the car. For...
You have to drive up into that little opening.
Into the,
right there.
Oh
the
shit!
thing, yeah.
Exiles, heads up.
There's some lads.
I do wish it had a gun, I mean, that was something that the Mako had, and this one doesn't seem to have.
Yeah.
Why would they take that out? I mean, imagine you're in
Is it not
space.
something you
and-
can unlock or something?
No, there's no gun in it. You can drive over people, though.
Hopefully
Hey!
that'll be in the. Hopefully
gra-
that'll probably be the DLC, the Nomad Gun DLC.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
gravity's
wouldn't put
making
it
my
past
I
them.
win attack do some pretty spectacular things. Not that time. I kind of hate the cover system in this game.
Yeah, it's not very intuitive.
Sometimes,
Especially when you run up to the cover and you stick to it and you're facing the wrong way and you won't fucking turn around.
Yeah, well, you gotta
Yeah.
click the right analog stick to turn the camera around from one shoulder to the other. Did you not know?
I detected data.
I figured that out eventually, but it was really annoying at first.
See, why am I not taking cover when I stand next to this thing? Is this not cover? No, this is cover. This is not cover. Thanks
can't
for the
recall, but-
clarification, game.
Does this asteroid have gravity on it? I mean, is it Earth gravity or is it special
It's
gravity?
low gravity.
Yeah.
It's low gravity.
Well, that's a nice detail. I mean, the previous Mass Effects all had Earth gravity, and regardless of where you were, even on the moon.
Well, let's say that, but it seems like we've got standard Earth gravity when we use our jetpack.
Yeah.
I mean, when we hit guys with my exploding thing, they all flew off into the air, but I seem to be falling at standard terminal velocity here.
I see that. Yeah, that is odd. Why would they put that detail in there if they didn't, make it more? I mean, it's just sort of immersive.
Because your futuristic Mass Effect suit is compensating.
Alright, I guess we found a plot thing.
The main
Pay
component
attention,
of the
everyone, this is plot.
Pathfinder. It can also be
Oh,
used to make
plot.
highly effective
They're
explosives.
mining
game for the
helium
plot.
3.
Explosives.
Someone is.
Just
Alright, the Exiles,
exiles with
the
explosives.
Milky Way guys who
Let's
got
get to
thrown
that
out of
business.
the
The
Nexus.
attached passcode is
They've
a
been mining
fragment.
helium 3,
Data here
and
indicates other mining domes. I've added the
that's
locations to your
not
map.
cool, so we will shoot them all. I guess.
Seems fair. I found it really weird that the first time you go to the Nexus, they tell you all the names of all the groups. Like, we call them the Exiles, or this is the Scourge,
Yeah, it's a
and
little
these guys
bit-
are the Drow.
It's a little
Like,
bit,
okay,
little bit of an exposition dump, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And how did they even come up with the name Drow? I mean, what?
Shiny
Where
nickels.
did they even get that from?
I'll just collect
Wouldn't
some
they come out
shiny
with a human
nickels.
name? It's not like the aliens ran up to them and said, "Oh, we're the Drow."
Okay, well I was listening to the story, but I didn't really absorb what we're supposed to be doing.
I think we're just supposed to kill people. As with any Mass Effect mission.
Oh, we're finding the abandoned mine. I guess.
Right, where they are mining the helium-3.
Are we?
Jumbly Wobbly says, "Does Yahtzee sound pleasantly stoned, sort of?"
Do I? I don't know.
To which Master 2 says, it may be the mic.
It's possible. It's been a
I didn't know your microphone was stoned.
it's been a
Yeah.
busy couple of days.
Knower of nothing. Or, I'm sorry, excuse me. Thunderbirds 112 says, Yahtzee, do you have any interest in seeing the Mass Effect series continue after this?
I didn't know
Here's
much
a
interest in
newsflash.
seeing it continue from
Now.
from like the second one, I guess.
Yeah, the second one is the only good one.
Yeah, this just in. It's going to continue.
Oh, of
It
course
is,
it is.
yeah.
Because this is.
Yeah.
Would you agree with the analysis that this game is a soft reboot?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's basically setting. I mean, if you remember when you played Mass Effect, a lot of people have romanticized, Mass Effect 1, but when you you do that now because you have all this story exposition of 2 and 3 to sort of fall back on
Yeah.
because you know it. But when you played the first one, all those people, all those races, the Turians and everybody else, they weren't all that important at the time.
No.
They were just random alien race number 2.
Yeah. Now you just gotta
So-
remember everything, I guess.
Yeah, I just feel like this is setting up another trilogy of some sort, especially because this I guess this is sort of a spoiler, so don't listen for like 30 seconds. The game ends on a gigantic cliffhanger at the end.
Well, you say that, but the cliffhanger is, this nondescript evil alien race that wants to destroy the galaxy for really unclear reasons. There's more of them.
Yeah, and you don't even fight the boss.
I know. You don't fight their leader, who looked exactly the same as the leader we did fight.
No, we don't. Yeah, all you do is horde mode. That's the end battle, guys. Yeah.
I think that's sort of they sort of blown the load by doing the threat to the entire galaxy in the very first game of the trilogy.
Oh yeah.
How do you
absolutely.
how do you raise the stakes?
Yeah, because you already know who the end boss is, and I mean
Because somebody else comes to threaten the galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
All right, yeah,
It's
the
the Doctor
Robert
Who
Jordan
problem, really.
Wheel of Time methodology. It's just one of the bad guys. It's
Doctor
not
Who
a big
problem.
bad
We
guy.
saved the Earth, then the entire universe, then the entire multiverse.
Yep.
Now what do we do? Go on
They
holiday?
do it too much. Yeah.
I'm not even really talking about the last boss fight as I am what happens after the last boss fight. That's the real cliffhanger. So
Activating.
Well, this is what happens after the final boss fight. The cliffhanger is wait for the DLC.
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like that's what they're setting up with the cliffhanger is the DLC. So
Well,
Oh yay, we got 2 whole viability points.
that's what they did with
there's
Dragon
the-
Age Inquisition.
There's
You know?
there's the mission objective. I didn't realize the map
Like-
was that big.
Yeah, it's
Alright
huge.
then, I guess we'll go that way.
Oh, Inquisition didn't really have an ending. You had to buy the DLC, the final DLC, to actually get the proper ending.
They seem to be doing that a lot. They did that with
Yeah.
Dead Rising 4, as I understand it.
Are available.
Mhm.
Finder. I've added
It's
them to your
it's
hands.
not pleasant to have that. I mean, DLC should be side quests or separate stories,
Yeah,
self-contained
it should be like,
things.
we've had our delicious meal and we've had our pudding, and we just go, more please.
Yep.
That's what it be. That's what it should be. It should be more please. They shouldn't withhold the pudding behind a paywall.
No, they should not. It's
Shit, mining zone.
it kind of sours the meal,
Can be
you know.
mined for
Yeah,
resources. You can extract minerals via your
it's like
Andromeda dollars.
it's like you go to the theatre and you paid for your ticket and you
Yep.
take a seat and the lights go down and then there's like 5 minutes of show and the lights come up again and they put a collection plate around. It's just like interrupting the immersion into the experience, really.
Virden Kane asks Yahtzee on the topic of DLC. I know you typically don't play DLC that often, but have you played the Ringed City for Dark
How
Souls
did I
3?
fucking know someone was going to ask me that? No, I haven't played it yet for the above stated reasons. I ain't got time for no DLC. I got shit to play. I
Yeah,
got a review copy of Ukulele, and I downloaded Persona 5 yesterday.
that's a
Oh.
good one.
Don't stream Persona 5 because it's
Yeah,
against the
they'll get
law
you
or
sued.
something.
Is it? Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
we
a
get copyright
headline in
strike.
passing. Oh, hang on, I found the rich spot.
Yeah, Atlas issued a bunch of warnings to people saying that if you stream certain parts of the game, they will put takedowns on your account.
Yep. Anything past 7/7, July 7th. And that's pretty early on in the game. You start, and I think
this is a debate that was actually had. Like, do you want streamers and let's players to spoil the story of your game? We just seem to have accepted that this is something that they do. I think this is the first time there's ever been a question mark thrown over it.
Devolver Digital released a statement today making fun of Atlas, and they said that spoil the shit out of our games. Go ahead. We don't care.
Devolver Digital do that, though. They like to foster their indie darlings image.
And it works. Yep. It works for them. They're smart. They know what people want.
Ooh, another orange nipple.
I mean, I streamed the entirety of... What's it called?
Ultra Commander says, Yahtzee, I have 2 friends that think you hate every game ever made. Could you please tell them this is not true?
This is not true.
There you go.
I mean, that's like the spitting image style caricature of me.
Yeah.
But plenty of games I like. I just like accentuate the negative because that's fun. I like Portal. I like Undertale. I like Just Cause 3 and 2 and all of them, really.
What about Mad Max?
I could take or leave it.
I like that more than Just Cause.
Yeah?
Yeah, the car combat was ridiculously good. I haven't seen anything like that done ever or since.
Yeah. So here are the restrictions for Persona 5, Yahtzee.
Ooh, do tell.
You can post however many additional videos you'd like, but please limit each to 90 minutes at most.
Why?
Do not post major story spoilers. If you need guidelines, avoid showing, spoiling the ending segments of the first 3 palaces. You may show initial interactions with Yusuke, but avoid his awakening scene and the whole deal about the painting. Also, don't post anything about a certain student investigator.
What?
I know I mentioned not showing the end of each palace, but you can grab footage from the Kamoshida boss fight. However, you cannot capture video from any other major boss fight. You must not
dying.
You must not focus solely on cutscenes or animated scenes, and you should prominently feature dungeon crawling and spending time in Tokyo.
Yeah, I hate this trying to control the message shit.
It's too much.
Then it goes on to say, this being a Japanese title with a single playthrough story means our masters in Japan are very wary about it. Sharing is blocked through the native PS4 UI. However, if you do plan on streaming, the guidelines above apply. If you decide to stream, if you decide to stream,
not us guys. If it were up to us, of course,
it's those Japanese people.
It's those damn slant eyes.
If you decide to stream past 7/7, I highly recommend not doing this. You have been warned. You do so at the risk of being issued a content ID claim, or worse, a channel strike or account suspension.
See, I hate this shit because it smacks of the publishers controlling the media.
It is,
like, criticism should be a separate thing. It's what keeps the authorities beholden to the truth.
And democracy, as they say, dies in darkness.
Exactly. I mean, I hate this idea that critics in some way owe the developers something because they get review copies.
Yeah, we don't.
No, we don't.
And what about the streamers who buy it themselves? I mean, do they have no right to their product?
Well, quite.
It's ridiculous.
Well, this is bringing up the old question of the...
Do you own the game or just
exactly,
rent the license?
What sort of ownership you have over a Let's Play video. I mean, if it's... I mean, there's your own creativity going into it if you've got your own commentary and it's your own, actions within the game.
Fair use. Yep, fair use. You're even allowed to edit people's streams as long as you, put some stuff over it, like an overlay or a music or, commentary, which is why, streamers can make fun of each other, right? Callouts without being DMCA'd for it.
It's just the divide between rich and poor.
Well, if you got a lawyer, you can probably sue them to submission.
I probably don't want a protracted legal fight about this.
Yeah.
I mean, they just do this shit because they know they can get away with it.
Yeah. bothersome that Atlas is doing this because, I mean, and the way that they messaged it, the way that they worded their message was really blunt. Not in a happy, friendly PR way. It's just more like, don't do this or we'll sue you. I mean, that's not nice. That's actually really bad for
I mean,
them.
no one likes to feel like they're being treated like a criminal.
Yeah.
And that's why DRM is so unpopular.
Yes.
Because DRM's purpose is to basically treat everyone as a potential thief.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. That's one reason that CD Projekt has done as well as it has.
Man, this data corruption is really on the ball with covering up these passcodes. What an extraordinary coincidence.
They're off the school of Warren Spector, who said that if someone's going to pirate your game, they'll pirate it. If they're going to pay for it, they'll pay for it.
Yeah, I think Gabe Newell has said some similar things.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, someone called Kellogg is involved. Presumably,
Kellogg.
they invent cornflakes and are really opposed to juvenile masturbation.
Or maybe he's the guy from Fallout 4 who kidnaps your child.
Yeah. Have you heard that about Kellogg, the guy who invented Kellogg's cornflakes? He basically invented it to prevent masturbation.
Yep,
Because he was really weird about it.
Yep. Wasn't he like a Quaker or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
He thought bland food would put an end to evil sexual thoughts in the minds of the young.
I don't know how it would. All it does is make kids fat.
Bleh. Fine, more code
Corn.
snippets.
Crazy to think this dust is packed with valuable resources.
Crazy to think this boring game might have interesting things in it.
Also partly what makes it dangerous.
Such a fetch quest right now that you're on. You have to go
Yeah,
through these
I'm already
boring
on board.
domes.
Let's
It's
let's
just a bunch of fucking domes.
find
You
an
know, like
interest-
what?
Let's find a more interesting quest to do. This one's
Yeah.
bollocks.
It is.
Now, there was a ongoing sort of light-hearted quest about a movie night.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
one's a good one. Yeah, you should do that one. It's actually one of the better quests in this game.
Well, there was I had an assignment to pick up popcorn or something.
Correct. Yeah.
One of them you have to get popcorn, one of them you have to get movies, one of them you have to get beer.
Yeah, you have to fetch all the things.
Which
Because
planet
why not?
was that? I think it was
As if you can't just order it off futuristicamazon.com, you know? You think.
I don't understand why for in the year 2819 we haven't come up with a Star Trek replicator yet.
Yeah, I mean, these guys can fly across galaxies
Well, it's
faster than light
probably,
travel.
the laws of thermodynamics getting in the way.
Eh.
Nah, I mean, they're doing FTL.
Laws are made to be broken, Yahtzee.
I know I had this bloody movie night
gonna-
quest somewhere. Where the hell
It's
was
weird
it?
that you have to go to different planets just to get popcorn.
Yeah.
You know,
The
why?
popcorn planet.
Why
Yeah.
are all these tasks all laid out weirdly?
Oh, Liber Fatals says, so it's basically the ME3 Citadel DLC. Yeah, actually it is. That movie night quest is basically a Citadel DLC rehashed.
I didn't play that DLC, obviously.
Yeah, it was like a farewell to Mass Effect. Basically movie night.
Alright, I'm pretty sure, I'm not seeing it, but I'm pretty sure I had to go to Kadara for the next bit of this quest to get the popcorn.
I think it's in the allies and relationships section.
I looked all through that, I didn't see
Oh,
it.
did you? Maybe it's in it is in tasks then. I don't remember.
Why the fuck do they make the UI like this? It's so hard
It's
to
so
navigate.
awful.
It's a bit of a pisser, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
you've
I was
got...
saying earlier, it seems, I think before Ron, you arrived, that BioWare seemed to go out of their way to make the most unintuitively laid out hub worlds in every single game.
Mm-hmm.
Right, well, I'm going to go to that planet where I'm pretty sure we have to pick up the popcorn.
Yeah.
Taking
This
her
is
out.
some
Away
low-quality
from here,
UI right
this place is just boring as shit. Can you colonize the asteroid belt?
No.
there. No.
I guess not. I guess no one would volunteer to live there. Right then.
I think
As
Legacy
Course
wants
points
to-
out, it's an
Well,
inferior
Lexi
version
can
of
wait
Witcher
her fucking
3's
turn.
Let's Get Drunk on the Witcher's Quest. Yeah. Actually, it does. Yeah.
Are you completely sick of these takeoff and landing animations yet?
Oh,
Holy shit!
God, yeah. Please stop. Yeah.
I will now drive.
Oh, they're getting rid of those. They're making them skippable in April, in like this weekend's patch. They're releasing it.
Well, none of that post-release patching counts if I've already done the review.
No, it doesn't count. Yeah.
This kind of shit's very hostile to us critics. How do we know
It
the
is,
game
yeah.
we review is going to be the same game 2 months down the line?
Yeah, we don't. And I think it's kind of annoying, well, it is, when people say, oh, are you going to revisit the game when it's patched out? You should
Yeah.
revisit the game, it's only fair. It's like, no, it's not. I mean, you buy a game, you expect, that is what you get. That's what you should be reviewing. I'll excuse day one patches because they're a necessity these days.
I won't.
guess.
I don't think you should, revisit the game 2 months after. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's like
That's-
patching an ebook, changing half
Yeah.
the text, or like doing a special
Yeah.
edition of Star Wars.
Arcane asks,
There's
"Is
the
this
quest.
post-in-game content?" No, it's not.
There's the fucking quest. Movie night, better snacks. That's the one.
Once
Yeah.
you finish the main story, you can continue to do all the side quests and everything else. So
Yeah, because the main story doesn't actually affect anything.
No. It's destroyed, generic villain. Ooh, there might be another generic villain. The end.
Yep.
Did I tell you, Ron, I passed my DMV knowledge test yesterday?
oh no,
Yeah, they're going to let me on behind the wheel.
What are you driving?
I will be borrowing my girlfriend's car. Well, she will be teaching me how to drive in places.
That's nice.
So if we both mysteriously disappear one week, you know what happened.
Oh, shit.
Right,
I mean-
where are we? Movie night, better snacks. All right. At least it was near the entrance.
Yeah.
This discussion about revisiting games and stuff is actually very pertinent to like the all the things going on around the Nintendo Switch. Because there were a lot of people that were very critical of the outlets who posted reviews of the Switch and criticized it for a lot of the problems that it had without waiting for the so-called day one patch. But I want to say that if Nintendo sends out a review unit and they tell you that you can post a review on Tuesday and the thing comes out on Friday and you say it sucks on Tuesday and then a patch on Friday fixes it, that's not a problem with the reviewer, folks.
No, it's not. Yes, Nintendo's fault. They should have maybe said something.
There
If
it
you
is.
send
Someone was selling snacks in the mod shop at the very bottom of the list.
if you give me a product and tell me I can review it on Tuesday, I'm going to review it on Tuesday, and that's what you're stuck with.
Yep, just stuck with that one.
All right, we got snacks. Now let's leave this planet forever.
Is he like the only planet that sells snacks? What
Apparently.
gives? Don't they have vending machines in the future?
Nope. It's just shops that only sell weapons and armor. It's like
And apparently
It's like-
snacks.
the bloody American shopping mall.
Chocobamba says, Yahtzee, I have my suspicion of ukulele being total bollocks. Have you had a chance to play it? And if so, what are your opinions on it? I don't think he's played it yet.
I have got a review copy. I've been playing it quite a bit. Actually, I'm
It's
working
a
on a
90s
review
platformer.
because my review will come out like the day after the embargo stops. Well, if you are a massive fan of Banjo-Kazooie, it's like more of that.
Yep. It's a 90s platformer.
So if you want to like wallow in the warm feeling of nostalgia while being fairly unbothered by the nuances of life, then yeah, why not? Check it out.
It's getting a lot of bad reviews.
It's got quite a few issues with it, but I don't want to spoil my own review.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll wait for yours.
I mean, I think that sort of style of game went out of favor for a reason.
Ryder, Lexi was
Yeah.
looking for you.
Not fun. That's just my take on it.
Generally, in the transitionary period between 2D and 3D, it took us a while to figure out that platforming is probably better in 2D than 3D.
Yep.
Because it means then
In some
not having the
games-
3 dimensions to worry about.
Yeah, some games did it better than others, like Ratchet and Clank, for example, because they made do. Instead of having a whole bunch of platforming quests, they had really cool weapons, and those were fun.
Believe it.
Fun to look at, fun to watch. Traditional platformers like Banjo-Kazooie didn't have those,
And
so
whatever
all you have is jumping,
activities.
and
Thank
that's
you.
kind
I
of
owe
it.
Cora for letting me use her clearance. This will be fun, like watching vids with Sid when she was little.
Another thing about this game is that all the characters on your ship sort of go from newly brought together co-workers to best buddies forever without any
Instantly.
sort of intervening stage.
Yep.
In like a day.
Yeah.
And something bothers me about the animations when you talk to them. It's because it seems like you're sneaking up on them, and then they turn around immediately.
Yeah, I think just we've got a generally kind of dorky running animation.
Yeah,
When
it's
we're in
just very
cities.
awkward, the transition.
Hey, everyone's staring at the car. Something I'm missing here, guys? Did one of you rig it to explode?
They really like the car.
Boy, we're what
That's
a bunch of fun lovers we are, huh?
that's actually one of the things that bugs me about this game the most is that, just for example, PB lives in the escape pod, which makes sense. You don't have far to go in case something goes wrong. But
Am I
but
crazy?
PB lives in the escape pod, and the escape pod is right on the bridge, and yet PB never sticks her head out and goes, "Hey, Ryder,
Yeah,
I need you for something. Come over here." No, she fucking sends you an email from like 6 feet away.
Yeah.
Am I crazy, or does this character's voice sound kind of like
She's really excited
the
to
actor who
wait
played
to hear
Rimmer in Red
plantation
Dwarf?
days. Can hardly wait to be a dad.
It sounded a bit like him.
Into a
I
gravity
never
well.
thought of that.
Someone turns it on before the splat. Just kidding. I'm taking this super seriously. Reading all the books.
I mean, when I first heard him, I thought it might have been him, but then he talked a bit
It's
more,
not.
and it's not quite the same. Good talking,
Good
girl.
lord.
Yeah, we've been building some character there. Yeah.
The voice actors in this game are underwhelming. I mean,
Well, I think a
compared
lot
to
of
Mass
that.
Effect 3.
I think a lot of that is animation.
Part of it's
And the direction,
animation.
I think.
Yeah,
It's the
probably.
voice
And
acting
a lot
direction.
Of, a lot of it's the scripting as well. Basically everything.
Yahtzee,
Yeah.
your character looks like he watched the new Prey videos and tried to practice sticking things in his eye at
Ha
home.
ha ha. Yeah. He's a new contact lens wearer.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. What do we have to do to continue this movie night quest?
Are we
here
excited
we
for
go.
Prey?
Here we go. Jarl wants me to talk to him about it.
I'm excited for Prey. Being
Alright.
able to turn into a mug.
Joel's gonna be like, "Go get some more shit."
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
it's-
bet. And I'll probably
it's
be
a
on a
lengthy-
planet we haven't been to yet. And we'll probably have to
lengthy
do like
fetch
half a
quest.
dozen other things to get whatever the hell he wants. Out of curiosity, I went checking out the sex scenes on YouTube. Out of curiosity, mind. And I was amazed by how explicit some of them were.
Oh yeah, it's,
The one with
it's like a
PB in
porno.
particular.
So,
They did
it's-
describe it as a porno. I mean, the developers themselves, Aaron Flynn, was on Twitter saying it's like a porno in space or something like that.
Well, if the developers are telling
Softcore
you that-
space porn.
The best
That's what
time
he
to be
said.
awake, as the case may
Yeah.
be.
And then he even went back and said it was a joke. But
Yeah, of course it was a joke.
You'd be dead.
Yeah, right.
Best time to
I didn't really catch that whole conversation, but whatever, I agree, let's be friends.
Yeah. Though I don't know how we top this feeling.
This is the new race. If it reminds you of the Zora from Zelda, you're not alone.
So they remind me of the Echidna, you know?
Do you mean like the Sonic
he's
the Hedgehog
basically-
interpretation of the Echidna?
Partner?
Yes, yeah, that's who I'm referring to. And here's a funny thing: they all come from the
Well,
planet
enough
Australia
Yeah.
or Australia.
Half of them
yeah,
got Australian
right?
accents. Half of them got Australian
right.
accents.
What would you like to know?
I wonder if
Yeah.
that was like a sort of quirk of the universal translator we are presumably using.
just one Australian guy programmed the translator and thought it'd be
See you
funny.
later, John.
Are we
Australia.
this quest or what?
Australia, ultimate Australia.
Am I right in
And-
saying Miranda from like the previous trilogy also had an Australian accent?
Yeah, you're correct
Yeah.
because the actress is Australian.
Oh, was it Claudia Black? It's usually Claudia
No.
Black if they're Australian.
No, it's
Idea
it's a chick
about
from
watching
Chuck.
vids together.
Oh, okay.
Movie night? He delayed it
I'll look up her
out
name.
of respect for Reika.
Good. From what I've seen, your vids are flat.
Miranda Lawson.
And head.
Yeah, that one.
Yes, the character. Yeah, Yvonne Strahovski. That's
That's
Okay.
yeah.
I do not know who that is.
You feel it through
He's
your
not very
skull.
well known.
I spoke to Gil. We have time to rig up a system to mimic it, if we can acquire the right components.
Another thing I'm
Space is
annoyed
real, yeah.
is that whatever choice, whatever sort of emotion you choose to answer with doesn't seem to have any long-term effect at all.
None.
No, that is honestly one of the things that bugged me the most about this. There's a quest at some point. I know you've already done it, Yahtzee, where you have to choose between rescuing a bunch of Krogan or rescuing a bunch of Solarians.
Yes, that one.
Yes, and so I chose to save the Solarian Pathfinder because I thought a Solarian Pathfinder was probably more valuable than a bunch of random Krogan scouts.
Right. See, I did.
Well, your Krogan.
See, I actually went for the Krogans because the way it was established in the game, if we didn't rescue the Krogans, they'd turn the Krogans into evil super soldiers. And I
Yeah,
thought it would be better. I mean, losing talent is one thing. Losing talent and gaining an enemy is worse.
right.
That was my feeling. Spoiler alert. Sorry.
Yeah, point being, so after I chose to save the Solarian Pathfinder, of course, my Krogan buddy who was on the mission with me was very pissed.
Of course, he would be.
And
Wouldn't he?
when we came back to the planet or to the ship, he was still very pissed. He was like, "You're gonna have to leave me alone for a while, so I cool off and don't do anything I'm gonna regret." And I literally walked from the research table where I was talking to him to the bridge.
There he is. Sorry, my girlfriend's looking for the dog, and he just emerged from between my legs.
And Sam said, the Sam AI says, "You've got new emails at your terminal." And you go over to the terminal. It's an email from the Krogan guy going, "Hey, buddy, how about you help me do a loyalty mission?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Wow, you got over your anger very quickly."
It has no impact.
Karanikor says your volume's still loud, Ron.
We'll try turning it down again.
I suppose I could turn you down on my end as well. But
That might work better.
have you turned yourself down yet? Should I do that?
I did once, but not the second time.
Hang on.
Hang on.
Okay. Now say something.
Say something.
How's that, everyone? Does that meet
To be
your
fair,
exacting
Krogans are-
standards? You assholes.
Krogans are pissed 90% of the time.
Alright. Alright, another bloody movie night quest.
The choice really
It's a
doesn't
fetch
matter.
Questeroni.
I don't know. I feel like
Indeed.
I feel like BioWare was trying really hard to give the illusion of choice in this game without having the same sort of thing that happened to them in Mass Effect 3 happen again.
Yeah.
Undead Scubby says he wants to do a Kickstarter to buy me a better microphone. Well, you better raise a bunch of money because this thing here is expensive as shit.
I've sent off for an XLR converter so I can use my fancy mics on stream and not my shitty headset mic.
Yeah, that's what I did. I've been using a XLR converter for a long time.
Right, where's my snacks? No, that's a
I just
quest.
have a blue
Not
mic.
more quests, Jesus.
He has more quests. You know what bugs me about this game is whenever you return to the your ship, right, the Tempest, 10 billion quests pop up,
Yeah.
and they're all fetch quests.
Yep.
Great, more of this shit.
What was the quest? What am I doing here?
Fetch something for the movie night.
Is this the one where you get the beer?
There's something
Think
about
so.
like getting good kinds of films.
Oh, right.
The films are on the Nexus.
Now this is like getting Angaran vids.
Oh, dude, they make films as well. It's weird.
They make special films.
Special
Yeah,
films.
that's just the way, isn't it? Every race is humanity, but with a thing on their head.
Star Trek way.
Are you who I'm talking to? I doubt it. I'll talk to you anyway.
Honor to meet you, Pathfinder.
Shut up.
Initiative Pilot Marine.
What brings you to Aya?
For survival supplies only Aya has. I'm waiting. I
Someone saying that this game is technically a prequel. Well, no, that's not true. It takes place 600 years after the events of Mass Effect 3.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
apparently people have since told me, since the review went out this morning, that everyone who got in the colony ships set off before the end of Mass Effect 3.
They
Correct,
set
yeah.
off during Mass Effect 2, technically.
Yeah, like the
Well-
end of Mass Effect 2,
Well, it hardly
before Mass Effect
matters.
3.
I mean, my point was that BioWare have basically just washed their hands of the entire series.
Yeah,
They
they
said,
Basically.
hey, starting again. Things will be
know,
great
you-
now. Honest.
It would have been so much more interesting if they actually started the game beyond Mass Effect 3,
You know-
on planet Earth, because all the Mass Effect relays are gone, and you have all these alien races on Earth because they were there to save it, and you want to rebuild Earth. I mean, just set it on Earth. Why the
So
fuck
yeah,
not?
see,
You know?
that guy you were just talking to, I don't know if you noticed, but he had his claw hand stuck through the center of his arm the whole time you guys were talking.
That is the least of the bugs
Oh,
I've seen
really?
in this game. Twice I
That's
had
just-
one where like my main character's just animations stopped, but I could still run around and shoot at things. But then for some reason the mission didn't end when I shot all the guys. It just
Yeah.
kept spawning more guys, so I just had to keep running around, or well, sliding
I've had-
around without walking.
I've had missions
shooting
where they tell you to clear out an area, and I'll clear it out, and I finish it, but some of the guys are still around, except they're invisible because the quest is over. So I'll be getting shot at by invisible dudes.
I haven't had that
Yeah.
one.
Christopher's
that's a fun
asked,
one.
do any Mass Effect 1, 2, or 3 characters show up here? I guess anyone from 1 could have frozen themselves and traveled here, but they didn't.
No.
They didn't.
The only
Big
really
component.
reference,
Nice.
the only real reference I remember finding was the Liara Tassoni reference in the voice recordings
Yeah,
Her
that's,
email.
in your
Sure.
dad's
Yeah.
chambers.
and I could only I only vaguely remembered that character.
And,
It's
and
not
there's
like it matters. There's like 500 identical Asari characters.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a Zeit Masani's brother. He's on Andromeda.
Who?
He's a side. He was
Exactly.
a DLC character in Mass Effect 2. He was the
Oh.
hardened mercenary dude. It's actually a pretty interesting dude. But yeah, they made him a DLC character because that's BioWare, of course.
yes.
One of the best characters in the game, and they made him a DLC. Good job,
Oh,
guys.
that's not the way back to the ship. Ooh, do. I'm a big goof today.
Let's get Ryder laid, says Jombly Wobbly.
Well, we've missed that boat, I'm afraid. Because
Yeah.
I've already finished the story mission, and you only get laid at a specific point in the story. I'm reliably informed.
Yep. Yeah, the voice actor for Zaid died. That's correct, Ivalera.
This is such a weird game. It was really hard to. This is a strange, hard game to review because every time I play it, I was like, "This bugs me. This
Yeah.
bugs me. This
Yeah.
bugs me."
It's one of those games where you want to like,
Forgotten
you
how
want to
you
look
get-
past its issues.
Forgotten how to get back on the ship now.
Mm.
Oh gosh, what am I like?
Yeah, you want to like it, but it's just not.
That's what you do.
Too many problems.
Fairy Shuff wishes he hadn't bought Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, a lot of people feel that way.
I would say, I wonder if he's alone. Probably not.
Karanikor asks, how do I make friends with people, university groupies, with whom I have no shared interests?
Lexi was looking for you.
Well, the
You don't.
first question would be, why do you want to
Why
make
would
friends
you
with
want to?
people with whom you have no shared interest?
Yeah, why? There's no reason to. Find someone whose interests you like, that you have some, familiarity with. Use the internet.
Alright, where's the twat with the fish on his head? There he is.
There's no point in faking your interest in something just because you want people to like you.
Yes, that is a false friendship.
And when they realize you don't actually like what they like,
Can't underestimate
well,
him.
they won't like you either.
My
Because they
mother
realize you're
was
fake.
sick about the cousins that joined him.
Why are you talking about whatever? Talk to me about
I'll see you later, John.
the
Stay strong.
thing I just did
clear.
that you said to do.
I don't know. This is random. He's telling him about his mother's being sick.
The Roka.
His mother's
Now he's
not
talking
mother.
about the road car, I guess.
I've heard.
Oh yeah, you have to go meet his mothers at one point in the game.
Even I was convinced.
Ugh.
I'll see you later, John.
Stay strong.
I was supposed to just come back to him with the thing I found, right?
I
I think so.
Oh, why am I looking at the codex? I can't find the fucking quest in the codex.
Yeah.
This-
Ultracom asks, Yahtzee, you're gonna play Star Citizen?
Dunno. Probably not.
Don't think it's ever coming out.
We'll see.
If it comes out, sure, you know, but it's a matter of if, not when. When did this become Star Wars? Asks Futhington. Futhington.
Yeah, Mass Effect is a weird sort of amalgam of Star Wars and Star Trek ideas.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It really is. I recall Clifford Blazinski calling this the Star Wars of the next generation.
Regarding Aksu, I don't
Something like that.
understand how the Roka manages to
I
recruit
guess so,
men.
because
see you
Star
later,
Wars and
Stay
Star
strong.
Trek are doing different things. The Star Wars is the science fantasy, and the Star Trek is the science fiction, and you can sort of see Mass Effect trying to do both in certain places.
Yeah.
You know what? I have a sneaking suspicion. I went to that shop, but I didn't actually successfully buy the thing I needed.
Oh, really? Is it not in your inventory?
Let me just double check. Yeah, the quest's still there on the
Oh.
planet. Oh no! Again, what am I like? Well, this will be an exciting stream to put on YouTube for everyone to enjoy. And that's a bit of news, isn't it? Because we're finally getting these streams on YouTube. Turns out we had a YouTube channel lying around we forgot about.
Yeah, it happens.
Escapist Plays. So we're putting our streams on that.
Oh, yeah.
Jombly Wobbly points out, Jaws' race is reminiscent of the Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, I find that. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Part of it's the little cape he has.
Yep. They do look inspired by them and by Knuckles, of all people.
Yeah, you mentioned that before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess I can see the knuckles.
Yeah, and it's, like I said, Australian. Knuckles is Australian, even though it
Ah.
doesn't sound like that in the cartoon.
Yes.
So,
worlds within
they made it-
worlds.
Yeah. A Knuckles race. Good job, BioWare. So creative.
And
made
Knuckles
a
has got
joke.
like 2 spikes on his fists,
Yep.
and they've got 2 fingers.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah, Knuckles is Australian.
I'm not sure
I
they
bet
gave
you
him an
guys didn't know
Australian
that.
accent in most of the things
No.
in which he has a voice. But
made him sound black.
echidnas are only found in Australia. I think I'm right in saying.
That is correct.
Right, let's do this properly.
This time we'll pick it up for sure.
I think it's because it's like the dumb store system where you have to select the thing you want and then press start to confirm the trade.
Yeah, you can't just buy it.
There, now we've got it. Hello, Technic Studios. Thank you for saying hello.
Flowkite Wolf asks, Yahtzee, what do you expect from the upcoming Star Trek Discovery?
I don't expect much of anything really. Hadn't really been planning
Yeah.
on watching it.
I didn't even know it was a thing being developed.
I think it's a new TV series set in
CBS
the
is making it, but it's only going to be streamed.
I hope they put it on Netflix
What did
in that case.
for? No, this is the door. This is the door we want.
Well, as long as it doesn't have Brandon and Braga producing it, probably watch it.
Or
Is-
Rick
yeah.
Berman.
Yeah, they ruined Enterprise.
Yeah.
Enterprise
Tried
started
to
so
ruin
well.
Deep Space Nine, but they didn't. But
They failed
not-
because of
Not
writers.
for want of trying.
Oh yeah. Yahtzee, are you excited for the TV adaptation of Good Omens?
People keep asking me questions like this, and you should know by now that I don't get excited about things. I have been let down so often in life. And all the things that really stuck in my memory, I think things that made me go, wow, that was amazing, are like entirely new experiences. Like when I played Spec Ops: The Line or Undertale or things.
Things that you don't
assume
really have an
something's gonna
expectation
be-
for.
I don't assume anything's going to be great and blow my mind just because it's something I'm familiar with. Is my point.
Yep. That's how you get disappointed.
Yeah.
You acquired
Exactly.
the components?
Yes.
Stay
I'm looking forward to
pessimistic,
seeing what you and
people.
Gil put together.
It's a good strategy
I have
for the
no
upcoming
expectations.
political climate.
When we succeed, more of your people can experience our
Zephyr keeps saying Knuckles is from Angel Island, not Australia. Okay.
Oh, fine. He just,
Whatever.
I guess he doesn't look much
Whatever.
like a real echidna either.
weeping a bit.
Well, this Sonic Wiki says that he's Australian, so I'm just gonna go with that. Okay.
Right. Well, that's that. Now I will check my email because I'm assuming someone will immediately have a new fetch quest for the movie night.
Devil Dow
Da-da.
asks me,
Oh, what do you
how is
know?
Ghost in the Shell?
What do you know?
I've not
Lexi
seen
wants
it.
to talk about it.
More
I think you wanted
fetch
to talk
quests.
to me about something else, so it's all Lexi all the time now. Wherever the
Undead
fuck.
Scobie says,
Lexi
your
is.
character looks a bit like Spec Ops: The Line if he got a bunch of shit on his face and was less interesting.
What? You don't think my character's interesting? Look at that. Look at his interesting chubby face. Look at his interesting beard that he grew to make himself interesting. Well, that's,
And to distract from the shit on his
look at
face.
the interesting way he
Yeah.
grips the air slightly above where the ladder handles are. Where is that lady? Now, here's a little hack for you lovers of interactive storytelling. If you're ever on your ship and you need to hold down a button to open a door to get into a place, there's going to be a cutscene as soon as the door
Yeah.
opens. Oh, what do you know? Here it is.
Surprise,
It's my
surprise.
night off.
It's so telling.
I don't remember approving that.
I can break bones just as
Blimey,
well as I
that
can mend them,
conversation
Pathfinder.
jumped to a weird
What are you
place.
reading?
Harry's latest report on Sarah. She's resting.
Why is she even
but I'm
tapping?
not.
There's nothing on her
You know
little
what's-
iPad
You know what
thing.
annoyed me about that line? I can break bones as well as I can repair them. It's like these characters feel they need to establish their entire characters with every single line of dialogue they deliver.
Yeah,
I'm a doctor, and I'm also a bit cross about something.
yeah.
Have I mentioned I'm a doctor?
I'm a doctor.
I'm
you do.
I'm not a doctor.
Nothing
I'm a
wrong with that.
Tell
space
that to my
alien. Damn it!
exes. How do you do it?
There's a term for it, for what they're doing. I mean, the way that this thing is written. It's, what, is it
Shit?
projection? Yeah, it definitely shit, yeah. But I mean, there's like a specific term to
Yeah,
describe
doctor.
characters that just
just
sort of
like
convey too much information
we
about
are.
themselves.
I don't know who
Well,
I
there
am
isn't a
if I'm
word,
not
then-
doctor.
You're
Probably
only,
deserves one.
200 years old?
Yeah,
Maybe we
got
should just
time
call
to
it
find out.
BioWare speak to go with BioWare face.
yeah.
And people don't talk like this. There is
No, they don't.
There is
It's
very little
unnatural.
naturalistic dialogue in BioWare games. And
Yeah,
people talk.
like, you know-
People talk like they just go, "Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Do you wanna sit on my face? Yeah, all right."
You know, I've been playing Persona 5, and people are criticizing the translation, right? Especially in the early part of the game, I can buy that. Yeah, it's a bit
If
stilted.
our duties ever
But
get us
once you
done,
start talking to the characters, they seem like real people. You know, it's very natural dialogue. They don't tell you too much about who they are. You have to actually play the game, keep talking to them, and then you sort of realize who their characters are, and it's very in-depth, right?
Yeah, yeah, I
Wonderful
mean,
black
It's,
and white ads.
it's natural,
There might
yeah.
be a bottle
Yeah,
on the
characters
next
How-
are not usually
It
so
wouldn't be
immediately
too
forthcoming with
expensive,
their
I'm sure.
histories.
Let me know if you
Yeah,
Especially
exactly.
The things they feel a bit dodgy about.
Exactly, yeah. You can just sort of get a read on what the personality is like based on what they say, rather than, you know, or how they say it, rather than, oh, look at me, I'm a tough guy. They don't say stuff like that.
No.
Over here, though, in Mass Effect, they'll be like, I'm the tough guy, I break bones. It's like, what? What the fuck are
Yes.
you talking about?
Yes. Why'd you bring that up? Christ.
Yeah,
It's just a pleasantry between friends, you cunt.
exactly.
Right, now we're buying beer. Or rather, we're buying Asari liquor, which every species can drink.
Apparently.
Like Romulan ale.
Well, in Star Trek, they established that every humanoid race in the galaxy was seeded by one original progenitor race. Which, to explain that,
Are they cows? Like in fucking what's that game? Star Control.
No, I didn't get that reference at all.
Oh yeah. Star Control 3 decided that the progenitors or whatever they were called are a bunch of cows. It's great. It's a horrible, horrible game. Badly written. Ruined the first two.
I think I remember playing it, not very much though.
Yeah.
People asking what's wrong with my face. I established this when we started the stream, but basically I decided to roleplay a bit as a complete dork who got some scars in his face because he, I don't know, stared at an exploding computer monitor for too long, and then decided he would try to cover up the scars by getting an enormous tattoo on his face, and it completely backfired.
Yes, Penrush, this is indeed still grey. And thank you. He asked me if I was still grey. Yeah. He said,
Oh, the new captain is Jason Isaacs. Well, hello to Jason Isaacs.
Jason Isaacs is a good actor.
Yes.
That's good.
I just made a
Gives me
reference
some
that
hope.
no one's going to get.
No.
There's like a film critic on BBC Radio 5 who's a friend of Jason Isaacs, so every time he comes up, he just quickly says, hello to Jason Isaacs.
Nice.
And it became a sort of catchphrase. Forget it.
The most interesting thing about the new Star Trek is that Dwight Schrute from The Office is in it. So.
Oh yeah? Who's he playing?
He's some random member.
Is he playing
of the
an
cast
awkward
that
man?
I don't know. I feel confident in saying that he is.
Yeah, Mark Kermode reference. Well done, Calippo Lan. That's who I meant.
Mark Kermode, yeah. I
Someone
think I know who
knows.
you're talking about.
I don't have a clue.
BBC movie reviewer, dude. Pretty well respected in those circles. Helder Morgan asks, who is Jason Isaacs? Why don't we list off a bunch of movies that he's been in?
He
Lord,
was
he's
in the
been
Harry
in
Potter
it.
films. I think I'm right in saying he was Lucius Malfoy.
Yes, he was.
He was in...
He was in Fury.
Yes?
Yeah.
Was he in Event Horizon?
I think so.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Wasn't he in Terminator, the one with the chick from Game of Thrones?
Nice to see you
Was he
again.
in that?
I don't know. I haven't seen that. I know he did
I
a
don't
voice
know.
for Castlevania Lords of Shadow. He played Satan. I did.
Yeah.
I called him Satan Isaacs in my review. Confirmed trade. Yes, got it right this time. Yay! Now we can get drunk at the movie night. Huh. My PS4's gotten a bit of a lag spike there. I blame motion blur.
That's probably fair.
He is Captain Lorca. That's right.
Ooh, let's go to the Vortex and get drunk.
Yeah, smart.
That sounds like a plan.
Wow, this joint is jumping. Yeah, live acts. That's what we like. Look at him go. Wow, that's a pretty funky ceremonial dance the Angarans have got. They thrust their head forward and then remain perfectly still for 5 seconds. Wait for it. Oh,
Yeah,
there
I
he goes
see it.
again. There he goes
Yeah.
again.
I see it. This game has really awkward head animations. The heads are tilted forward for some reason. Female characters, especially.
Oh, there he goes. Oh, I could watch that all day.
It's it's enthralling.
Hey, what are you guys doing? You guys making out in this dark corner? Can I join in?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go away again now. You, give me a drink.
You again. Oh, I mean,
Yes, he was in Event Horizon.
my lab.
Jason
Yes,
Isaacs.
I had a feeling he was.
whatever.
Oh, Dutch. Look at you.
He was the
getting
guy
all
who
these
died
things.
horribly.
That
Yeah.
doesn't narrow it down at all.
They all die horribly.
That's a great movie.
Talk if they're busy drinking.
It is.
It seems to polarize people.
Brilliant. I can do
You know, one of my favorite good bad flicks that Cecil has done on The Escapist was the one where he did the behind
Have a drink.
behind the scenes of Event Horizon. And it turns out that like they cut half an hour of all the really bad stuff out of the movie just to get it down to where they could release it as an R. So,
I'd like to see that one.
I guess we don't
that's
have.
good.
There's no reacting to the drinks. We just sort of down it from like the bottom half of a fire extinguisher that got sawn off, and then we go about our day.
I don't know. I kept waiting to get drunk from the drinks, and it just never happened.
No.
Yeah,
It just takes one sip and goes, I think I'm, all things considered, I'm neutral about this taste.
And sometimes the goblet doesn't show up, so he's drinking nothing from thin air.
He's
Love it.
role-playing.
Yeah.
That's not the way back to the ship. Shit!
Zephyr AU is still posting about Knuckles.
You started it.
Are you familiar with
Yeah.
the practice known as wiki groaning?
No, what's that?
That's where you look for one article on Wikipedia relating to like an everyday, weighty subject, and then you look at another article relating to something of interest only to huge nerds, and then you compare the word count of the two articles. And if the one only of interest to nerds is bigger than the everyday one, then that's a wiki groan. And I think the first one that was discovered is that the first one that I've heard referenced is that the Wikipedia page for God has about half the words as the Wikipedia page for Knuckles the Echidna.
That's not super surprising, but
There's more like the page for actual sword fighting has less words than the page for lightsaber fighting.
Oh my god!
it's not surprising. I mean,
Oh my god, I'm dead.
okay, so I mentioned that Good Bad Flicks for Event Horizon. I figure I'll share that in chat, Ian, so you can get it too. That's a good one.
Okay, yeah, I'll check that out. I'll read it.
I enjoy Cecil's Good Bad Flick stuff just because he digs into what's like behind stuff that happened while they were making the films and stuff. It's pretty interesting. Like they found the films for Event Horizon, the original film for Event Horizon, when they went back to try to remaster it or whatever, and it was in some kind of mine in the Ukraine or something.
Ready for more
Whoa,
tests?
like a salt mine?
Yeah, like a salt mine.
Yeah, they keep those as archives, right? And they're like movie archives because they never get, it's to fight the humidity.
Memory loss?
That's cool.
No, but I feel a headache.
I like to think that there's a guy out there somewhere who's getting paid
Things like that used
to
to
write
be
the
right.
lightsaber
I'm
page.
glad this lady said har har, because I wouldn't have known that was a joke otherwise.
Inhale. Exhale. You should know.
Yeah,
Professor
Sonic,
Herrick approached
Tails, and
me about
Knuckles,
a
Father, Son, and Holy
transfer
Ghost.
nexus. Apparently my research in cat anatomy has been useful to the militia.
The Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, and Knuckles.
You could continue your studies in a low-risk environment.
Virdin Kane
I
asks,
don't
what's wrong with her
know.
Omni tool? No, I'm pretty sure that's what it's supposed to look like.
I've discovered I do my best work in the field.
Yeah,
And someone
It's
has to
weird.
keep an eye on you.
for an Omni tool.
It's because it's flickering. The viewing angles aren't as good on these Omni tools
But
as they
I'm
were
pretty
on the
lucky too.
ones in the original series.
Yeah, it's messed up looking.
These are TN panel Omni tools.
Rudetsky says, well, I mean, God is a stupid fictional character created by no one in particular while we actually know everything about Knuckles. Well, that was an edgy opinion.
The things you don't know about Knuckles would shock you. It's probably going to be on BuzzFeed tomorrow.
Yeah. 11 things you don't know about Knuckles. Number 8 will shock you.
It's
Is
an
it
uncovered
the-
electrical outlet.
Did we actually give that thing to that doctor lady, or did we just do a bunch of cutscenes about some shit?
I think it was just cutscenes. You didn't actually give it to her.
Alright, I guess I better go in there again then.
Yeah. Higgin asks, Yahtzee, are you familiar with the PS2 title Pirates: The Legend of Black Cat, or Defender, the 3D redub of the classic arcade game?
I know of
Never heard of
these.
either.
I know of both of the franchises, Defender and
Yeah.
Pirates. I'm not sure about those specific games.
I've never even heard of them.
Oh, where's she gone now? Map, show me where my friends are.
The map is blank.
Yeah.
All right. She's in the central hub thing.
Why does she move around like that? It's kind of
Well, I
annoying.
guess they like to keep you on your toes.
They do that all the time, and then they say,
Not that way.
"Come look me up on the ship when you get back," and then you get back and you can't find their dumbass somewhere.
Yeah, it's stupid. I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to create some realism, but really it's just tedious.
What did Pepper do?
He found food,
Oh.
and he managed to escape with it, and I had to pry it out of his mouth twice, and he bit me kind of badly.
Oh. Pepper's been a naughty boy on his walk. Sorry to bring everything down.
One bottle of Acantha, barely opened.
It's medicinal, you understand. Cuts down hangovers, which will save PB and Drax some grief.
Of course.
Thank you, Ryder. Would you ask Liam when we're doing this?
Wide Open Wound asks, is next week's ZP Persona 5?
No. Ha. Thought you
Nice.
were clever.
I'll let you get back to it.
I'll be here if you need me.
Yes, Ivalara. The answer is yes.
Alright. Movie night, the final piece. Yes, we're getting there. We've just got
Finally.
to talk to Liam.
Liam.
Liam Gallagher.
Yep.
He's come back from the Oasis to come into space. I guess he's over there.
Why does Liam in this game sound like some London rude boy?
I was trying to place his accent. I thought there was a bit of South African there.
Yeah.
Seems to be a lot of
I
South African accents in games these days. Seems to be a
Yeah.
pretty standard mercenary accent.
Oh yes,
The bad
yeah. It's because
mercenaries.
everybody seems to dig the executive. What do they call it? Executive orders? Executive decision, whatever. The mercenary group that was disbanded and became. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Where is Liam? He's in there.
Mercenary group, executive outcomes.
No, he
That's
isn't, game. Is he lower down or higher up? We will never know.
You were founded in South Africa by former Lieutenant Colonel of the South African Defence Force,
This
Eben Barlow.
This car
1989.
pops in a lot.
It does pop in.
It is it's
doesn't
a very
stay there.
poppy car.
Yeah. His name is Eben Barlow. That's like such a mercenary name.
Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Okay, my scanner wanted to say something and it was nothing.
Mm-hmm. I get that sometimes.
There's
I
a
think
spot right there. where
Okay,
it
and says the map
constantly
is
goes
wrong.
off.
Yeah, the map is sometimes not.
Gil,
Good.
TV, Drac, Cora, Jarl, Lexi, Suvi, Kalo, Vetra, Sam. Where's Liam?
You probably left him back on Angara.
Damn it! I lose more friends that way.
Is he not down there in that room in the back of the cargo bay?
I guess,
No, he's not even on here. He's not on ship.
Alright, I guess we're just gonna have to check everywhere. This is what you come to these streams for. Oh, there he is. This is the green. He didn't have a green icon.
Oh no, yeah, he had a like a star on him instead.
Oh, he's standing there by the
Liam.
research table.
That's weird.
Liam, you moss from the IT crowd
I see.
looking
Let's enjoy
asshole.
a few movies. And everyone else says, no, let's have an extravaganza with all the trimmings.
Yeah, the map is often wrong.
Alright, this is what we've all been working towards. This is the exciting part. Hold on to your pants.
But I heard someone has a director's cut of Last of the Legion, the banned version, remastered, no crappy extras added for the Hannah.
And you want me to look for it?
It'd be the gold-dusted cherry on your sundae. In the meantime, I'll get
Oh,
things
do we have to fetch another
more than
thing?
ready for a night in.
Probably.
Oh, for God's sake. We're going back to the bloody Godfather planet.
Yeah.
Whee! Exciting space adventures!
For everyone watching, this is exactly how the loyalty missions go. I did it.
Yeah, drive
I'm
around
back.
places.
Wait, or even more fun are the ones that say, "Wait, you have to wait for PV to figure out where the fuck she wants you to go next, and then she'll tell you when it's the least convenient time."
Yeah, Thunderbirds 11112 Gold Dusted Cherry. That jumped out at me a bit. I'm not sure I'd want such a thing. I can't imagine it would make the cherry taste nicer. And you can't imagine it would improve the value of the gold either.
And the answer is yes.
Bearden Kane says, "I swear to God, if this movie is Trolls 2, I'm gonna fucking punch a toddler."
It could be worse. They could be watching The Room.
Haha. Well, that's a fun movie to watch with friends.
True.
Yeah,
True.
true.
What you really don't want is something incredibly boring.
Yeah.
Or something like
uh,
Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Oh god. Bad movie.
What was that incredibly boring Superman film? Oh, that's right, all of them.
All of them.
Nah, I meant,
Thanks, Ben Rush.
What's that one that was sort of a reboot but wasn't, that came out before the whole Henry Cavill Superman films? The Odd Duck.
Yeah, the one with yeah, it was the one with the guy from House of Cards.
I haven't seen House of Cards. Well, I've seen the British House of Cards, which is the best, of course.
Right. Yeah, it was that actor who was also in Advanced Warfare, Call of Duty.
Kevin Spacey.
That's him,
Oh.
Yeah,
What
he
I was
played
thinking
Lex
of.
Luthor.
Oh yeah, he played Lex Luthor. I was the actor of, I think Brandon Routh was his name.
Brandon Routh.
It's not even like a quest. It's just go to the same. Yeah, go to the same shop you've been to before and buy Last of the Legion.
Don't you people have like ship to shore communication? Could you not have called me while I was at the store the last time? Be like, hey, while you're there.
Seriously.
No.
Imagine the fuel consumption just to travel to a planet to buy a snack or something.
Yeah, I mean we have to go and talk to these characters in person when we're on the ship, but they only talk to each other with email by the looks of it.
Mm-hmm.
Which seems to be at odds with their buddy attitude.
Well, that's one of many ways in which this game has trouble with realistic human emotion, I suppose. Hey,
Bearden Kane
datapad.
suggests
Ooh,
Last of the Legion, a
exciting
Neil
world-building
Breen classic.
information there.
Yeah. Neil Breen must have directed this film.
It's got a whole 9-digit ID number. Holy shit! I'm gonna put that in my scrapbook.
Why don't they have Space Netflix? Asks Undead Scobie.
It's a good question.
Well, I guess they haven't quite mastered internet that works across the timeless void of space.
And why can't they pick up the snack? Why does the Pathfinder have to do it?
Because we're the Pathfinder. We have to find the path to the snacks.
We're gonna fetch
That's what we do.
the stuff fetcher.
Devil Dow, why is the captain running errands for the crew? It's the eternal BioWare game question. With the leader of shit that can't delegate for shit.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Inquisition, I guess.
Yep.
We must command this global organization to defend the world. Oh, but we've got to do all the picking of flowers.
I get it for games like Witcher or Horizon. You know, you're not
You're not a leader. You're
commander.
like a dog's body.
That version's
Yep.
A monster-killing dog's body.
I'll tell everyone to grab food.
Mm-hmm.
Jarl and Gil said they can rig something up in your quarters.
Hey, wait a minute. Suddenly this is happening in my quarters. I don't remember agreeing to that. Oh, this is where the sex happens. Right. With everyone. This is the much sought after orgy scene. You gotta have one in your porn game,
Gotta have it.
in your dating sim. Yeah, they all look terribly enthusiastic, don't they? Float round.
Yeah.
This'll be great. Right, are we ready for the amazing, hilarious crew personality relationship building cutscene thing?
Certainly.
Then let's do it!
This is pretty entertaining. I never took the trouble to do this quest, so.
Oh hey, take a picture!
And look out for all the broken animations while they're doing it.
Yeah, let's watch for all the graphical glitches.
Alright folks, we can sit through a training montage with what many critics describe as excessive Turian flexing.
No such thing.
There really is.
Or we could fast forward to a ship crashing into an asteroid crashing into a moon.
Fast forward to the crash. Nah, montage. Don't cut bits out.
I'd go for the crash.
Forwarding to
Well,
the action
if you were
scene,
feeling
going
uncomfortable
once,
because characters kept staring at you
twice.
before, now you can feel maximally uncomfortable with every character staring at you.
But it's vacuum. The ship explosion would be silent.
I hope that's not the voice of experience talking.
Guess they wanted their money's worth. They actually blew up a derelict for that shot.
Too bad the script wasn't caught in the blast.
Are you
This
loving
is
these
so
characters
bad.
yet?
Enemy cruiser, General. Force is the only.
They look so enthralled, by which I mean their faces are kind of dead.
Strike team, torpedo the cruiser.
That's overkill. Get one engineer.
I had no idea that Michael Bay was still making movies in the year 2814.
And leave him stuck on a hostile ship. One torpedo over by land.
I
Thunderbirds
just will not
112
quit.
says, drink it in, people. This is the best it gets.
Korra has the only face that has any expressions on it.
Alright, I guess we get to make a world-changing decision here.
This is bloody awful.
I think a charm offensive might be more.
Wow, the dialogue in this.
Yes.
Classic irresistible hero. Pretend to be captured.
I wish these guys shut up so I could hear the bloody film.
Yeah, yeah. The old dinner and drinks to show off my villainy. They get
And
cozy.
then strike. Or not. Why spoil the evening?
Speaking of, time for another round.
Well, I can,
Anyone for a Baron's jaw?
see
Or
what,
mystically delicious? Wait.
what they're getting out of that sequence. Nice set dressing they've got with this film.
This is so bad. What the fuck movie are they watching? It looks like
No acting like overacting.
Female Shepherd.
Even Ryder could do better.
and
Oh
Garrus.
boy, someone's throwing stones about acting ability. I think that's a glass house.
Oh, really?
Come on, show us. I'll be dead for you.
Look at the bottle in her hands. It's not animated correctly.
Is the film over then?
That bottle's clipping through her feet.
It isn't fair. He was so young and
Just try to imagine emotion here in the face.
Solarian.
Try to imagine the
He had
emotion in
so
the voice
much
being
to
reflected in
give.
the face.
Ryder, I can't feel my gallbladder.
Do you even have a gallbladder?
Oh no, it's worse than I thought.
Or not try to imagine it.
Oh god.
No. Damn you. Damn you all.
Now I just want to kind of die.
Let's stick with the overacting.
Meanwhile, aliens blowing up the universe.
Oh my god, this voice acting, holy
Isn't this scene over yet? I guess we did all those fetch quests. We got to get our money's worth.
Viren Kane points out people sat in a recording studio and were paid actual money to do this.
We were so foolish.
Yeah.
Our hearts are one. No enemy fleet, no sea of stars can ever separate us again.
It's still going. Why?
Yep. This is the heartwarming bit.
Ugh.
Well, wasn't there a chair for the alien dude? He's just gonna stand there and do his back in.
Yeah, apparently.
That's not very diplomatic.
No, I don't think he's got a sitting animation because of his cloak.
All right. Well, I hope that was everything that you dreamed it would be.
Ugh.
You got Andromeda viability points for that.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
400 of them.
Somehow the Andromeda became slightly more livable because of that. I would argue the opposite. I think that would make a lot of people not want to live in Andromeda.
You got more reward points for that bullshit than you did for clearing out those mining domes.
Oh, we do that every bloody day. It's not every day we have a hilarious team building exercise.
Is that what they call it?
All right, here's another planet I haven't been to yet. Let's do it.
It's as bad as the ones in The Office, those team building exercise ones. And they're like so cringe. This is basically the equivalent of that. No one who was watching that movie wanted to be there.
Oh, good. There's pirates in this region. Perhaps something exciting will happen. But first, we must scan. Scan every planet. Scan everything.
Anomaly detected.
Yes. Now that we've had our movie night, we are back to scanning planets.
Yep.
Oh yeah, some riveting gameplay right there.
I love that planet scanning. Oh, this one's quite close to the sun. That's interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
Monsterlag 24/7 says, thank God they're making this skippable. Bit late, mind. I assumed it was a loading screen. Now that I know it's skippable, I'm mad.
Yeah, it was a design choice.
Yeah, that's the same thing I said. I thought they were using those animations to hide loading. And I was like, well, this is annoying. I'd rather see a loading bar.
You know what? I sort of understand. Because you can do something like this to sort of build a sense of hugeness and epicness in your in-game universe. Yeah. But the difference is the game takes control away from you to do this whole establishing thing. I mean, something like Zelda Wind Waker or Breath of the Wild do similar things where they have this huge world that takes ages to get through, but you're in control while you're getting through it. So you get the sense of large and epic world in a sort of tactile sense, not just from because they make you sit through stuff.
Yeah, I feel like this was a design choice based on the fact that they spent so much time making each of these planets, detailing them and stuff. And they were like, well, we spent so much time working on this, it would be so bad if gamers could just skip it. So we gotta force it on them.
I was wondering, playing this game, if the people in charge at BioWare just don't understand human emotion. Like they got something wrong with their heads.
Yeah, they're touched.
Yeah.
They're a bit touched.
Not in a good way.
Nope. Not in a good way.
Ooh, anomalies everywhere. It's a bigger insult when you take all this trouble to get to an isolated planet and there's bloody bugger all there.
Yeah.
Probes launched. I found something.
We found a crevasse. There's like 10 million crevasses, guys. Oh, this one's got old facilities in it or something. And that means we get some research points, I guess.
Great.
Okay, one more, then we can go to a world we're actually supposed to be on.
As Reuters 1984 says, it's like BioWare have put all the annoying elements of the trilogy and pasted them into this one game.
No, that's not true. There's no elevator rides.
Aha.
Oh, yeah. Instead of elevator rides, we have long-ass scenes of planet
we got
things.
We got the bloody car.
Yeah.
And we've got the bloody... Oh, this planet's got fuck all on it. We got the bloody planet scanning. So that's Mass Effect 1 and 2. What annoying thing for Mass Effect 3 has it got? Shit, I wouldn't say same shitty ending.
No.
It's got the general
I don't know. Lack
annoyances
of impact. Lack of any story impact.
The general annoyances of endless bloody cover-based combat.
I'd say it's got Mass Effect 3's combat, because 3's combat was probably the most refined of the first 3 games, which should tell you what the first 2 were like.
Alright, here we are at Iladen. And here's the holiday program synopsis for you. A moistureless, sweltering landscape covered by a large number of cover subsidence sinkholes.
Don't you think that would be better if you did it in your
limited degree? Your family will love the fledgling Krogan colony of New Tuchanka is here, along with what appears to be abandoned mining facilities, scattered outposts, camps, and a great nightlife.
Don't you think that would be better with your Steve Irwin voice?
That's for wildlife, you idiot.
Fair.
Right, who are we bringing on our little holiday? I'm pretty sure this is the planet where the Krogans are, so I guess I'll bring one of them.
I mean, let's face it. You're taking the Krogan on every mission, no matter what.
Well, yeah, he can kick ass.
It's too bad you can't romance the Krogan.
I found I very rarely used PB in this game. I mean, it barely
as in
matters.
only on her missions that you had to take her on.
Yeah, I never went on any of those either.
Drac, we're landing on Eladin to rendezvous with Jorgal Strux.
On my way.
Drac.
It's like
Couldn't
Dracula,
it pick
but not.
Yeah. Couldn't it pick like more interesting names? So Drac.
Drac. I don't know.
You know, I mean,
I guess that's the Krogan thing. They have sort of punchy,
Where is this meeting?
violent names, like Rex.
You have a universal translator, you know, you'd think Drac would have meaning, right? Some sort of, it would mean something, like maybe fist.
Well, it does sound a bit like
sword.
a made-up swear word.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I were writing sci-fi, I would name aliens human names, you know?
What,
like
like
literal
Keith?
Translations of their names.
Keith, Brian, Steve.
Let's not forget.
Haven't we already got a desert planet? Is this just another desert planet?
This is Desert 2.0.
Oh, more
it's
desert.
Way better.
Oh, well, that's all right then.
More desert, yeah. Just like the beginning planet.
Like, as Float Rand points out, don't forget they named the genetically engineered Krogan super soldier in Mass Effect 2. His name was Grunt.
Hey, they're not a naturally creative people. They're just like slitting stuff up, I guess.
It's the first. I guess there was always the old joke that the first thing that an Indian sees is what they're named after.
Oh yeah.
So the first sound that a Krogan hears is their name. So there's like 50 Krogan named Grunt.
All right. Yeah. And I guess Drac was named after someone dropped some cutlery on a wooden floor. And Rex was named that because
with nothing to lose.
You Rex shit?
I don't know, because a snake came in.
Yeah.
Snake came in and someone stamped on it and it made a dying hiss noise. I don't know.
This is going sideways pretty fast.
Alright, now what? Well, there's a choice of viewing, of stuff to do. This is Visit the Paradise. Well,
What bugs me about this game is you spend more time just walking around instead of actually playing it, you know?
Okay, but...
Alright, the hazard of this planet is it's a bit warm. We better terraform and ruin the ecosystem then. I mean, there might be a whole bunch of life here that's adapted to it being a bit hot.
Yeah, but no, then we gotta make it
kill all that
human.
shit.
No, we're just gonna go and terraform it to make it better for us, because we're that kind of guy.
We're colonialists.
Welcome, welcome. Come this way. Follow
Oh,
me.
this seems friendly enough.
That's a fancy ship, all right. You'll find lots of deals inside. Just talk to me.
Liam.
Come on, this way.
Liam was just doing some aerobics over there.
This is a special place. The
paradise. No guns here.
Bearding Kane says, Yahtzee, you found the Australia planet. Seems like there's a lot of those.
Come inside.
There's a lot of Australia planets.
Funny one.
Here we are.
CH.
It's a fair exchange.
Why? Because you say it is.
Partly. I wouldn't be in business if I wasn't fair. If you don't think so, go.
You know what I liked about Mass Effect 1 is whenever you landed on like a new planet,
Thanks.
It had its own theme, you know? I mean, for instance, there's one place where it was the ice base, right? You landed there and you were immediately accosted by security.
Yeah.
But in here,
You knew this was a planet where people get accosted for security.
Yeah, I mean, it just added a lot of narrative to it, you know? It felt like a real place. Even if it was small and tiny and it's kind of weird that you can only land in this one spot. But, you know, it was a linear story, and it worked for it. But here it says empty sandboxes work against the game. That's what I'm saying.
Well, a sandbox is good if you want to sacrifice a certain amount of control over the pacing and the storytelling.
Yeah. It can be done well. I mean, take for instance Witcher 3.
Well, yes.
When you go to
but you have to like, work your arse off putting details in all the cracks, so it never lets
Oh,
you.
yeah. Yeah.
This is
like when...
more crack than detail so far.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to meet a Krogan here named Strux.
Look around. If my customers have names.
She looks like
Secret Negative says she looks like a Blue Knuckles. Where the fuck have you been, Secret Negative? We had this whole discussion about that.
Like an hour ago.
Yeah.
She's a mutated Twi'lek.
Yeah, she's
from
or she's a mutated Zora from Zelda. We've established they're like 5 different things.
Yep.
Yeah, fine. Inventory, what have you got?
What can I buy?
Nothing I will buy, because my weapons and armor are all perfectly fine.
Mostly I sell water, but you should go out
I don't
to
want
the
to complicate things.
Is there anywhere else on the planet to, I don't know.
So did you see the, I noticed you're wearing the N7 armor. Did you get yelled at by the guy on EOS for wearing it?
No. Didn't hang around long enough on EOS, probably.
There you go.
Will he really yell at you for that?
Hey, paint jobs. I haven't actually got one of these yet.
Oh, nice.
I'm good.
Yeah, he does this whole bit about, I see you're wearing that N7 armor, but you didn't earn it. You know, blah, blah. I don't remember the exact conversation, but basically he's like, you know, we'll let it slide now because your dad was an N7 or whatever.
Well, obviously you reply by saying, eat my ass.
Why would N7 even apply? I mean, it's not as if the...
What did N7 mean, anyway? If
it was like
serves,
special forces.
Well, memory serves, we were like a Spectre in the first game, and in this one we're a Pathfinder. Was N7 just a whole different thing?
N7 was like special forces in the military. And that's what
human
your dad
special
in
forces
this game was.
Yeah.
What have you
they're
done?
human special forces.
So, Eladin.
Stolen valor, as Naran says.
Besides the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's like wearing a Medal of Honor.
Max734734 says, Yahtzee, what would you say is a good way to design quests? Well, I'll tell you what's a bad way. Just have like a hub world with like 500 people with exclamation marks over their heads that all want you to go to a completely different part of the universe. And then you do all of that and then come straight back and check off all the guys with exclamation marks over their heads. See, I never really do side quests if they tell me what to expect before I go on it. If they say, go to this place, fight the dudes and come back. I like a side quest that sort of takes you by surprise. Like you're driving down the road and a guy flags you down and says, help, my wife's being kidnapped and dragged into those bushes over there. I'm much more likely to do that sort of side quest.
And on that cheery note, let's head
the more engaging.
Yes, because it's engaged you right off the bat. It's like, you're in this. You can't like decide whether or not you're in this situation. You're officially in it.
Yep. That's why I really like the side quests in Red Dead Redemption. You know, they had that wife thing, for example. That's actually one of the quests. I'm sure you're referencing that. And so everything there felt like, you know, there was something that you had to participate in, because if you didn't, you know, you'd fail it, first of all.
Yeah.
But it was a choice, right? Your indecision is a choice. Here, though, it's very optional. It's like, yeah, I can come back 3 weeks later and still do it. There's no urgency to it. There's no involvement.
I thought we were done in the colony, but we need to talk to someone, apparently. How do I equip that paint job I just got? Loadout, I assume.
You have to do it on the ship, I think.
Do you?
No, you can do it right here. There we go. Now we have a snowy camo for this desert planet. I'm a trendsetter, me.
They'll never find you now.
Not that camo is a thing, it's not MGS3. Boing. Boing again. Oh, here's where all the Krogans were hiding, standing in plain sight, behind this box. Hi guys.
Why would they even be up here?
I don't know. Perhaps we'll learn. Perhaps we'll learn this. Perhaps there might be a whole conversation option. Tell me more about why you're standing here like lemons.
Yeah, I did. Thanks for coming.
Losing the Krogan was a big deal to a lot of us in the initiative. Some of my best friends are Krogan.
Oh, nice one. That'll win him over.
Ritter's 1984 says, "Can anyone tell me, does PB's loyalty mission ever end?" Eventually, yes.
I did very little with that character. I mean, you know, slightly kooky Asari. Isn't there one of those in every Mass Effect game?
Yeah. She's basically Sarah from Dragon Age Inquisition.
I don't even remember any of these characters from their names.
She was like the lesbian elf.
I don't know. It's like 500 million BioWare game party member names to remember.
Drac trusts Morta, and I trust Drac.
Bearding Kane says, Yahtzee, this Krogan leader must have gone to the same tattoo artist as your character. I think a lot of people have.
You're not there,
because there's that weird sort of pixely tattoo that I've got seems to be a fairly common one in the universe. It's like the tramp stamp of Andromeda.
That's a stretch.
Everyone needs food and water, even Krogan. Morta's rationing. My group thinks the Krogan should
all the kids are into it.
We need the Krogan, and the Krogan need us.
My hand smells
we
weird.
all came to Andromeda as one.
No,
we should at least
is it
try
your dog?
to fix this.
No.
Well, there won't be a colony to make peace with if Morta ruins it. You don't
Some of my
believe me?
best
Go to
friends
the
are
colony
Krogan.
yourself and see what she's planning.
You guys must be quite a bit behind. That was like a minute ago for me.
If the safety of the Nexus is
Oh no, I'm reading the chat.
Now we're going on about, you know, yes, we want to join the Nexus. Ooh, I agree. Let's shoot some things.
Yep.
Alright.
You gotta prove yourself to them.
We've had a parlay.
I noticed that the aliens at Krogan have much better facial expressions than the humans.
There's only about 5 minutes left on this stream, so let's just do some mapping, shall we? Let's go to this drop point. There's a tower next to it, so we can do some of that terraforming shit.
Aye.
Wasn't it convenient that all these hostile planets have terraforming things on them? Just for us.
Super convenient.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they set them up themselves if they already had them there?
Because they didn't have us. Because we're us being so great and everything.
They couldn't find them because they had no Pathfinder. That's why.
Yes, exactly. That's what Pathfinders do. It's not just. It ain't just an honorific, bitch.
Don't have much use for police.
I get that. Someone has to keep the peace. Turns out,
Oh, looks like Drac and Liam are having a relationship building moment.
Krogan law enforcement is very different.
We are tough, yes. I am tough in a different way. Oh, I am gaining respect.
Moon Reborn asks, have you ever heard of a game called Hegemonia, Legions of Iron?
Called what?
Hegemonia, Legions of Iron.
No. I believe
I
that's
have.
the first time I've heard that name.
Yeah, I played that. It's basically Homeworld, but you control a single ship rather than a fleet, and the combat's like EVE Online, where you just aim the turrets and stuff. Yeah, I've played that one. European game.
The chat's going through their ideas for dialogues, I see. Tell me more about fetch quests. Tell me more about glitching out animations. Tell me more about banter. Tell me more about naturalistic dialogue. Where was I going? Over here, I guess. Good thing this car doesn't break down.
Ryder, are those scavengers?
Tell me more about your entire life story and character dynamics.
That a problem?
It is if they get their hands on a remnant.
This car does break down, but luckily it's only when it's on the ship and Gil's there to screw around with it.
Bloody Gil.
Tell me more about Tell Me More.
Tell me more about the words tell me and more. I want to know all about etymology.
Mining zones have been added to
Isn't there a song that has the lyrics "Tell me more, tell me more" from Spice Girls?
This is in
No,
Greece.
that's from Greece, yeah. I watched Greece just the other day, actually.
Oh yeah, Greece. That's right. Yeah.
There's a surprising amount of suggestive lyrics in that.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Snake Doc asks, "Hey John Markley, will you upload the other old post ZP vids to your YouTube channel as well? We are moving those over as we can. We hope to have a large catalog of post ZP streams for you to watch and enjoy at a date to be determined."
Yes, I mean, takes a while. There's been a few. There's been quite a few.
Tell me more, tell me more. Da, da, da,
What
da,
were
da,
the
da.
funny streams? I remember the Yakuza 0 was the one with the...
That was a great one.
Yeah,
that was
a
pretty
good
fun.
one.
Oh, Last Guardian.
I enjoyed the Last Guardian stream. The
We need more of those symbols.
the Monday stream we did with Ghost Recon Wildlands,
Oh,
where
yes,
John
that
was
was
there.
fun.
That was pretty good.
Okay, now I need to find the symbols to unlock the secret ancient race technology shit. To use my magic scanning device. Ooh, yes, we're Metroid Prime all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Scan and scan and is there any more glyphs? I guess there's the third one over yonder.
Yeah.
Can't scan from that range.
Yep, you have to go real.
Next week's ZP, Yahtzee. It's
I fell.
Oh no.
Next week's ZP was going to be Persona 5, right?
No.
Okay.
Who keeps saying that?
I couldn't remember what it was. Somebody asked what it was. I don't remember what it was.
Oh, well, next week's going to be ukulele, actually.
Oh, that's what it
Since
was.
I got a review copy fairly early. And the embargo's over on Tuesday, I think.
Let's just steal all the boring shit from other games and repackage it. Bioware. That's what Devil's Hour said.
Except the fun bits.
Yeah, except the fun bits. Let's not take that. Let's just take the boring bits. Fully works.
One of the problems, people in chat are saying Persona 5, and one of the problems with doing a stream of that is that Atlas is being complete dicks about it.
Yes, we've
So.
been over that. Atlas are being weirdly authoritarian about it. Aha! Oh, shit! Well, that almost worked.
Other games that are possible to stream would be Quick Champions, which goes into beta on 6th.
Does it?
That's today, isn't it? Yeah, it does. That's tomorrow, but yeah.
I'm not terribly interested. Multiplayer focus, right? Overwatch
Yeah,
style.
completely multiplayer.
Yeah, multiplayer.
Bah, I say. I like Quake 1 single player.
Me
I
too.
know it was like the groundbreaking multiplayer shooter, but I liked the single player as well.
It was good.
Oh god, I did it again!
God, I did it again.
Can't just stop moving when I say to stop moving, can you? No, we've got to have our fancy animations.
No, this reminds me so much of the fucking jump puzzles in Destiny. Those are the worst.
God, and then making another one of those.
Yeah.
For some stupid reason.
Because they haven't finished boring everyone to death. There are some people who are still alive.
And there's some people that quit early because they could see it coming.
What else is coming out this year? Dawn of War 3. That comes out pretty soon.
Dawn of War 3 is having an open beta actually 2 weeks from this weekend.
That's right. Yeah, I just got an email for that.
Now, is this going to be a fighty sort of Remnant console or a Sudoku style of Remnant console?
Tell me more about jumping puzzles.
Is that it? Are we done?
Yeah, we're done there.
We didn't have to do a Sudoku puzzle for this one. I'm disappointed.
You
I was starting to like
don't have
those.
to do the Sudoku puzzles until you get down inside the vault.
I'm pretty sure there's some of these individual towers you have to do Sudoku puzzles.
Yeah, you do.
To,
you do.
Unlock.
You can also bypass them with the crypto keys that you get.
Yeah, but I kind of liked doing the Sudoku puzzles. At least it felt like a bit of an interesting intellectual challenge.
As opposed to the rest of the game.
All right, let's just drive to the other one, and we'll see if that's a Sudoku puzzle. But either way, we'll pack it in once we've done it. Well, I hope you've learned everything you needed to know about Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yep, I've learned that it is boring as fuck.
Yes, they took aliens exploring a brand new galaxy full of intrigue, peril, and discovery, and they made it boring.
Yep.
Which is an achievement in itself, I suppose.
It's a gift, really.
Yeah.
BioWare
only BioWare has.
BioWare should
there you go. Look,
this extraordinary ability and become anesthesiologists.
Aerocast, making the important points. Destiny is the worst. That is factually accurate, sir. Not only, Destiny 2 has a chance to not be the worst because they're actually going to put it on PC this time, so you don't have to suffer through trying to play a shooter with a goddamn controller.
Hey! Multiplayer focused shooter, no less.
Yeah,
co-op. It's an MMO shooter.
Yeah.
No less. But,
God. There's another thing I hate about exploring the sandboxes in this game. You've only got a flat map to work on, and there's bloody mountains between everything.
Yeah.
Tedious. You haven't heard the question. 50-50 shot of saving us both some time.
Oh, wasn't quite ready for a non-4-wheel drive mode there. Alright, now we are.
You can't listen to special music while driving around, can you?
No.
Well, you could just queue something up on your iPod, I suppose.
Crumbling Phalanx says, remember when you said during your Mass Effect 1 review, birds fly, fish swim, and BioWare make good stories? Oh, how things have been.
Yes.
Makes me sad thinking of it, because how far the mighty have fallen. There's that. I don't know if it's a fallacy or something, but it's one of those things where it's about basically you have a ship, right? And if you replace all the parts of that ship, is it still the same ship?
Yes,
right?
that's old philosophical argument.
Yeah, and I have that same question for BioWare. All the writers, the designers, all the people who made Mass Effect great, they no longer work at BioWare, right? Most of them have left. I'd say 95% of them have left. So is that BioWare still the same? Or is it being staffed by fanboys of BioWare today?
Well, I think you answered your own question there in the way you explained it.
I did. Yep.
Yeah, and you, and at the same time you paid for that philosophy degree.
Whoa, Zakuz 06 has been donated $500 with the message, enjoy.
What?
Someone's donated $500.
Are you serious?
Or someone has been donated $500. That's what it says.
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense.
That makes no sense at all.
It makes no sense.
Has it just been someone else donated him $500 and now he's just rubbing our nose in it? Is that it?
That's what it sounds like.
Christ.
Yeah,
I
Theseus.
just want to get past this mountain. Yeah, float around. I was thinking when Ian brought that up, I thought about id Software as well. A lot of id's original employers seem to have buggered off.
Yeah, there's no more Romero, Carmack.
All the big names.
Yeah.
It was pretty much all big names back in the day. American McGee.
Canadian McGee.
Canadian McGee. The other ones I can't remember offhand.
I mean, you had Carmack, you had John Romero, you had God, I don't know.
Both Carmack.
Todd
Adrian
Hollinshead,
Carmack and
you had
bollocks, we're gonna continue on foot.
Yeah.
Or not. Oh fuck it. This is how the world ends.
not with a bang, but a whimper.
Me trying to jump over a mountain.
Yeah.
So,
this is the Skyrim philosophy. I mean, you know, we could ride our horse around the mountain, but fuck you guys, we're going over.
Yeah,
climbing
or not, it seems.
Or not, as the case may be.
Yeah.
It's too high. It's too high.
Oh, for Breath of the Wild's climbing
You,
mechanics.
you know what you need?
God, yeah.
You need one of those cars from Ghost Recon.
Yeah.
You can climb that mountain in one of those.
You can climb everything.
Alright, well, I guess we'll wrap things up for today. Thanks for joining us once again for the post-C3 stream.
John is going to be jumping on and streaming Stellaris, as I understand it.
Ooh. So
With the new expansion, right?
So if you haven't quite filled your appetite for sci-fi, then stick around for that. I've been Yahtzee Crowshaw. I've been joined by Ron Whitaker and Ian Chung.
I've been here.
And the Naughty Pepper, who's hiding in shame, I think.
There you go.
Yeah.
Tune in every Wednesday for another post-zero punctuation stream, 2 hours after the zero punctuation video goes up on escapistmagazine.com. Follow us on Twitter at escapisttwitch. Follow me personally on Twitter at Yahtzee Crowshaw. And that's your cue. That's your guys' cue to.
You follow me on Twitter at FFRonW, and you can find Ian on Twitter at StillGray.
All right.
That is correct.
Stick around for John.
Good to have you guys here.
I'll see you guys next week.
Bye bye.
Ta-ta.
Bye bye.
Now I just need to find the bloody stream window there.